Bonjour la plouc.
Bonjour la plouc. Bonjour la...
Ringarde.
For some reason, in stylish friend circles, it's looked down upon to try too hard to look chic.
He called you a basic bitch.
Because of my bag charm?
Rather, you're gonna be considered more beautiful if it looks like you have done very little to look the way you look. In this video, I'm gonna teach you exactly what to do to look effortlessly chic, and neither Sylvie, nor Julien, Luc, or Pierre Cadeau will be able to call you a plouc or a ringarde.
You magnificent bitch.
So this is us at home. We still haven't done anything, no makeup, no hair, and all of a sudden we get a call telling us that we have to rush to our kids' school. The challenge is there. We have 20 minutes to look chic in the most effortless way possible before getting out the door. And so the first thing we're gonna do is that we're gonna switch those pajama pants for straight pleated work pants. Go for that very specific combination of classic shape with the elastic band and stretchy fabric. One of the great secrets to looking effortless is to actually not have to make an effort to move in your clothes. Now for the top, the most important is that we pick a top that has structure, because although we want to be effortless, we also want to be chic. And chicness is gonna come from the structure in the lines of your clothes. So our first option is to go for a classic t-shirt with the seams on the shoulder. And we're gonna tuck it in our high-rise pants so that our legs look longer. Another option, if we find that comfortable, is to go for a classic white cotton shirt. That's gonna definitely chic up the look. We can, if we want to go a bit more on the effortless side, leave it out of the pants. It's very important if you want to look chic and expensive to avoid artificial fibers, because those take the light in a shiny way. For the same price, you're gonna look more expensive with something in natural fibers than something in artificial fibers. Alternatively, huge hack, a marinière, which are those white and blue striped shirts. They always chic up an outfit, and if you take them with kind of a laid back shape, you're gonna have the perfect combination of chic and effortless. And alternatively, if it's a little cold, a nice knit is going to do the trick. If you can afford cashmere, cashmere is gonna make you look expensive and chic, but you're still gonna feel like you're in your pajamas. It's amazing. And otherwise, any other blend of natural fibers. And this took us literally 5 minutes. We already look way chicer, and we still have the exact same comfort level as we did in our pajamas. Now, makeup is one of the huge aspects that are gonna make you look effortless or effortful. So if you're not going to a place that requires you to really look put together, limiting yourself to a CC cream, combing your eyebrows, and a little bit of mascara is gonna be way enough to make it look like you're actually not wearing makeup. So as you can see, it's very subtle, but it's still an enhancement compared to not wearing anything at all. And then if you need to go to work or to a place where you need to be a bit more put together than this, then you can use your foundation, but you don't need to use any kind of correction or any kind of contouring, just simple foundation like you would put on a cream. Once you're done with your foundation, you're gonna put a bit of bronzer to get a bonne mine effect. If you have cream blush, you're gonna put your blush on your high cheeks and also on your lips. And if you have powder blush, then you're gonna use your lipstick to put on your lips and a little bit on your cheekbones. Do your eyebrows if you do your eyebrows, and then put a little bit of mascara on, and you're done. No contour, no fake lashes, no eyeshadows. We're really going for a natural look. And as you can see, the difference is huge, and it took us literally 5 minutes. Now the hair. I am not a hairstylist, so I'm going to tell you what I do with my own hair. If you have some awesome tips, please share them with everyone in the comments. That's going to be really useful for everybody. I basically choose between 3 hairstyles depending on how long ago I washed my hair. So the first one is when I have washed my hair recently enough and I just let my hair loose. That's a wonderful way to look effortless, because you know, hair is gorgeous in itself. If your hair is clean or clean enough, just let it loose and it's gonna take you 0 time. If I've washed my hair recently enough, but you know, it's starting to be a bit like then I would do a half ponytail, either with a headband, either with a hair clip. That's also a nice way to look Effortlessly Chic, if you have a nice hair clip with some pearls or something in metal or a little bow, that can look really lovely. That's a really good way to elevate your outfit, to have something pretty in your hair. And then finally, if I've washed my hair a bit too long ago and I need to hide most of it, then I'm gonna use a hair bun or donut. I don't know exactly how that's called in English. That's something I did all the time when I was working in law firms because I had to look put together, but I was exhausted and overworked. It takes 2 minutes to put it on, ponytail, you put your donut thingy, and then it looks super nice. You have this perfect bun, and it also gives you that very, like, you know, classic 1950s look with your dirty, greasy hair. So that's the hack. So now we still have quite some time, but we're maybe looking a bit more effortless than we're looking chic. And a great way to look chic in a second is to put on golden jewelry. I think golden jewelry looks expensive because it's associated with the richness. You know, in Versailles, they didn't paint it in silver, they painted it in gold. I think in the probably the collective subconscious, gold is associated with fancy, chic, rich, expensive, etc. And if you want to go with a bit of an edge, putting on some chunky golden earrings is really gonna elevate the look and give it a bit of that stylish vibe. So we're not going completely for the traditional kind of chic, we're going for chic with a bit of a 2024 and beyond vibe. It is better to not have nail polish on than to have majorly chipped nail polish. So here I'm gonna take a minute to take the nail polish off, and I'm just gonna walk out the door with my beautiful natural nails. And before walking out the door, I'm not gonna make my life complicated. I'm just gonna pick a pair of shoes that has an elegant / chic design. If I want to go more on the effortless side, I can pick a white sneaker, which is going to give more of a chill vibe to the whole outfit. Or if I want to add a bit of femininity, then I can go with a low block heel, which is still going to be comfortable, but give a bit of that chicer vibe. And if I want to stay as close as possible to my home slippers, then I'm gonna pick a loafer, which is also going to chic up the outfit while staying very comfortable. In the same logic as for the shoes, I'm gonna classy up my whole effortless outfit with an elegant, timeless handbag. So I'm going to preferably match the color with the color of my shoes because that's a combination that always works. I'm also gonna go preferably for a handbag in leather or vegan leather. When it comes to vegan leather, avoid the vegan leather that's actually just plastic because it's not going to look elegant and expensive, and rather go for the brands that make handbags in cactus leather, apple leather, pineapple leather, and choose a bag with more straight lines. So that's always what gives the chic aspect. If you have only soft lines, it's going to be very laid back, as opposed to when you have many straight lines where it's going to look very chic and a bit more, you know, like more contrived. And so now we're ready to walk out the door if the weather is good, and if the weather is not good, we're gonna pick a traditional coat that is long, because long flowy things give a very effortless and goddessy kind of vibe, which totally goes with the effortless chic vibe that we are looking for. If you want to go for effortless, it's better to keep the coat open because once again we have fluid lines. If it's cold, close your coat, obviously. And if it's colder, then you can add a scarf, and a good way to have your scarf look effortlessly chic is to just put it above one of your shoulders. And actually when you close your coat, you have those fluid lines on top, so it breaks a bit the strictness of the coat. If it is really cold and you still want to wear that classic coat, something I do a lot, and I live in Norway where winters get really cold, is that I wear a puffer coat under my classic coat. You can even find some of those coats that have like a heating system in them. I have never tried, so you can tell me if you have tried. And I find that it keeps you warm enough when you're quickly doing an errand or two and you want to look classy and put together. And so like the French, we went from this to this in literally 20 minutes. You can do it in less with practice, and you look chic and effortless. Effortless because it actually was effortless, but also effortless because you picked a mix of clothes that have a classic connotation and also an effortless connotation.
I think I like you.
And to finish, now that we're out the door looking effortlessly chic, a 10th point that doesn't have anything to do with clothing, but that has everything to do with how chic you look in your effortless outfit. That is how you carry yourself. It's a bit trickier to teach with a hack because it has to do with the consciousness of your body in space. But I'm going to give you 3 simple tips that you can start implementing today that will already make a really big change in how chic you look in your effortlessness. The first tip has to do with the alignment of your body. So we know that we tend to stand quite slouched and more with our phones, etc. And simply imagining that you have a string going from your pelvis to the tip of your head, the middle of your head, and that string is pulling you up, is going to rectify your position, and it's going to make a huge difference on how people perceive you in your clothes. As you can see here, I'm wearing the same clothes, but the energy and the vibe is not the same at all. The second one is, I don't remember how I learned this, but it's to point your feet when you are sitting, not to point them like hard so it hurts, but just to give them a little curve. It's something that adds a lot of femininity to your silhouette and the shape of your body, and for some reason it makes a big difference in how graceful and elegant you're gonna look when you're sitting. And the third and final tip is how to move your hands. First, the way to hold things that is gonna make you look more chic than effortless is to not hold with all your fingers and the palm of your hand, but to actually hold things with the tip of your fingers. It's a tiny switch, and it makes your silhouette and your body looks much more graceful and elegant. And the second part, and that's really a me thing, but I find that it looks much more beautiful to do things this way, is when you're starting a movement, to not start your movement from your hand, but to start it from your elbow and unfold your hand. So these are obviously tiny things, and you know, you're not a horrible human being if you don't do them, but if you find that they're graceful and you want to add them to your life, I'm happy to share them. So I'm very grateful that you spent this time with me, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you like that type of content, I invite you to subscribe to this channel, and as of me, I will see you very gladly in the next one. À bientôt!